ザ・スタンリー・パラボル第3回ですね。前回の続きからやっていきましょう。というのもですね、前回8回リセットされる運命になるという状態で4回しかリセットされないところなので、もしかしたらまださっきじゃない、前回の混乱エンドが続いているんじゃないかということで、前回の続きからやっています。やっていきましょうか。でもこれは前と一緒なんだよね、セリフは。会議室行ってみようか。ドアも前と一緒だよね。左入ってみる？あれ？普通だよねこれ。まあいいか、普通に進めてみようか。
Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
こうか？
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
ないね。
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt
なんか普通っぽ。あれちょっと待って。知らないところが来たんですけど。あれこんなんだっけ？
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
え？会議室もクソもないんだけど。こっちか。あ、こっちか。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
でもまあ右行ってみよっか。ちょっ
This
とね。
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
とりあえずまだやってないことをやってみたいなと思って。
What a beautiful room.
美しいか？
Gorgeous, gorgeous room.
全
Thank
然コー
goodness
ヒーとか出
Stanley
ない
had
よ。
taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced
そう
this
かな？
room,
恐ろしいかな？
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
次まっすぐ行ってみよっか。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
これこ
ago.
こ行ってみよっか。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
よいし
the
ょ。
wrong
あ、
foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
間違えた。また
Stanley
一緒のや
left
っ
from
ちゃ
the
った。
platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone.
さっきの青い部屋は何だったんだろう。それだけちょっと見たいんだけど、やり直したら出るかな？何回もやり直せば出たりとかあるのかな？そうだね。ちょっと今からウィキ見てみよっか。もういいでしょ。エンディング回収していきましょうか。はい、調べてきました。混乱エンドなぜ進めなかったのかがよくわかりませんが、まだ続きがあるそうです。それはもうね、ちょっと皆さんでプレイしていただいてという形にしようかなと思います。まあね、 まあそういうの残しててもいい
Stanley
よね。
came to a set of two open. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
うん
and Stanley knew
で
it perfectly
次見て
well.
みようと思うのが
Perhaps he wanted
電
to
話エ
stop
ンド
by
とい
the
うものです
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
さっき
The
あったリフト
lounge
に
was sublime, a work
はいはい
of art. But eager to get back to
リ
business,
フトに
Stanley
乗っ
took
て
the
向
first
こう
open
側
door
ま
on
で
his left.
向こう側まで行くという行っていろいろとって
Stanley
いう
was so
感じで
bad
す
at
ね。
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy,
出だし
really, I'm not.
君の敵ではない本当ですよ。君が他人を信用するのを知ることが難しいことは分かりました。しかしこの物語はこれまでずっと他でもない君のものだったのですよ。そうでしょうかね。これここから降りてたりするのかな。はい、ここ来ました。で、ここか。ここでいいのかな。彼女。出ます出ます。ん？ここは？
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
動けないよ。
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now.
誰？
I
嫁？
want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here,
なんで
Stanley.
そんなディスられて
I'm
んの？
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
本当は何？怖っ。
This is a
めっ
very
ちゃ怖いん
sad
だけど。
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
スタンリーが死んだ？プレス 1？
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he
仕事は
pushes
彼を
is
必要
a
としません
reminder
っ
of
て。
the inconsequential nature of his existence.
ピー。はい。
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
あ
exactly
あ、こ
what
れが
he's
指示され
told
た
to do.
行動ってこと
Now
か。
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
いい。
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
それがこのゲームってことか？
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
はい。
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he
テレビって何？
imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off
全てが
the face of the earth.
スタンリーの妄想だったという
Excited him terribly.
ルートってことか、これ。999。はい。
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
魅力的だったか。8。
As he wandered through this
何？
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow
赤ん坊
line
の
that
ゲームがあ
waved
る
in
ルートっ
many
て何？
directions.
知らないんだ
Down
けど。
another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
あ、偶話って意味なんだ。
It
パラボ
was
ーって。
such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again,
終わらなければいいのにとは思わないよ。
wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
お。はい。ん？王はあれ王押してるよ。Wife you love her。ん？あれ これか。最初のボタン押しの指示でちゃんとその方向に向かってそのボタンを押さないとナレーターが黙ってしまい進行不可能になる模様って書いてあるね。やり直すか。
Perhaps if he played just one more time.
はい、さっき、フリーズしたところまで、フリーズじゃないね。ナレーターが黙ったところまで戻しました。P 押してみましょうか。
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
V. Go to sleep. ここか V.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an
第三者になれないとはどういう
observer.
こと
As long
だ
as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch
なるほ
this.
どね。
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
ん
You see? Can he just not hear me?
言うことを
How
聞
can
い
I
た
tell
結
him in a
果、
way that he'll
結局
understand that every second he remains here, he's
元のところに
electing
戻
to
る
kill
選択肢になった
himself?
と。
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
You.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey
やらな
this
けれ
to
ば
him.
ならない。
I'm compelled to.
ん
I must.
リセットってことか。
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
死ねって言われるのは結
And I
構
tried
辛い
again.
な。
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
プリーズ大ってなってたね。指示待ち人間にはなるなっていうことなんだろうかね。あの青い部屋は、あれナレーションが何も言ってくれないね、今回。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
見てみたい
just to
のが
admire it.
リフトに乗ってそのまま渡るっていうところで、
Butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business,
結構
Stanley
あれだ
took
ね、
the first
セリフも
open
変わるん
door
だ
on
ね。
his left.
はい、ここには入りません。で、
Stanley was so bad at following
そうですね、
directions, it's
こ
incredible
の
he wasn't
リフト
fired
渡り
years
ます。
ago.
で、さっき電話がかかってきた
Look,
と思うん
Stanley,
です
I
よ。
think perhaps
で、
we've gotten
さっ
off
きは
on
出
the
ました。
wrong foot here.
それを、
I'm not your enemy.
電話を取らずに
I realize
電
that
話線を
investing
抜く
your
という
trust
ルー
in
ト
someone
がある
else
そう
can
で
be
す。
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
電話に
nothing
出ない
but
ことで
you all this time.
まあさっきみたいな
There's someone you've been
ことにはならない
neglecting,
とは思うんですけど、
someone you've forgotten about. Please,
次はどうな
stop
るんです
trying
か
to
ね。
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
彼女
This
の
is it,
ため
Stanley.
ね。
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
はい。電話がかかってきているのを無視して、これを抜きます。電話の電源を抜きました。
That wasn't supposed to be a
する
choice.
と
How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
ナレーションが迷ってます
Definitely here,
ね。
clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
そんな綺麗なエンディングじゃなかったでしょ。
Fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
そうだ
How
ね。
on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you...
これ見つけた人すごいよね。
Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
俺はスタンリーじゃない。
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it
どういうことだ?
entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can
中止させる。
educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
教育ビデオをご覧ください。
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
プラクティス。
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making
この選
process.
択は間違いだろう。
Most medical
ダメで
professionals
しょ。
recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
ああ、
Less?
どうかな。
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful
今日
and
は
whether you'll
何しよ
ever
うぐらい
make
か
a
な。
significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
お、そうですか?
Ah,
何これ?
welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to
Stop,
worry.
stop, stop.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
どちら? こちら? 行ってみようか。ん? ああ、これ向こうから来たっていうとこだね。え? ここ? 乗っていい?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform
なるほど。
and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
柵はできてるっ
That
てこと
story
か。
would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
なるほど、こうやって無理やりルートをこうやってね、飛び降りないようにとか、無理やりルートを固定させようとしているってことか。選択肢がないほどに。ね、もう他は全部閉じて、もう元の場所に戻すと。
You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
現実の世界でくつろぐですか? あ、ここ?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
あくまでここでは私の自我を通さずにスタンリーであれということか。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
だってそれ選択肢設けられてるからやっぱり。
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
あ、はい、戻ります。閉めろよ、じゃあ。だってちゃんとさ、その2つも選択肢があればさ、2つとも行きたくなるじゃん。
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed
バグってる
my
みたいになってんじゃん。
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
答えと言われましてもね。
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
え？このゲームなんかいちいち怖いんだよ。何え？何これ？え？
I'm here.
何？
I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish.
は？
With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
こっち？
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
選択肢を減らったから
He
さ。
knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
そうですかね。
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole
やりましたそれ。
facility. You would
割
have
と
destroyed
早い
it
段階
and
で。
been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard
あ
on
れ
it.
完璧なエ
I
ンデ
tried
ィン
so
グなんだ
hard.
ね。他はどんどん崩壊していくんだろうか。
Behave exactly
Huh?
as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
2つも開けるからダメなんだって。行くじゃん絶対右
No!
に。
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly
あ、
as
はい
Stanley
は
would.
いはいはいはい。
That
わかりま
means
したわかり
choosing
ましたよ。
responsibly
左行きますやん。
and always putting the story first.
行けばいい
I'm
ん
quite
で
sure
しょ
you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be
行く
fine.
から早を開けて。
When
あ、
Stanley
行く
came
から
to
わ
a
かっ
set
たわ
of
かっ
2
た。
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
行きます。はい、行きましたよ。これで綺麗になってるんですか？はい、ここを曲がると、ほら
Yet
綺
there
麗
was
だ。
not a single person here either.
そうだね。
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh,
Stanley
上司のと
decided
こ
to go up to his boss's office,
行ってみようか。
hoping he might find an answer there.
行けなくな
Coming
ってる
to
し
the
こっち。
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
階段行けなくなるんだね。こっちは行けない？で、あれ？こんな感じだっけ？
Stepping inside his
上
manager's
司の部屋。
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
あ
not
れ？
an indication of any human life.
こんなんじゃなかったよね。
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief
これ？
who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And
115?
beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was
どうやっ
only
て確かめ
one
んの？
way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath
115？
and then spoke the code.
これだよね、でも。
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the
115?
wall.
話せないよ。115って言ってもダメでしょ。だってこれマイク使うゲームじゃないもん。
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
いや、115って押してるんだけど、これ向かってね。
Okay,
それでも、
fine. You're not gonna do
いや
it.
違うんです
But
よ。
you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
いや、
The
いや、
kind of respect Stanley shows for
押
his
してるんですけ
choices.
ど。
He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know.
いや、違うよ。言ったやん。言ったらお前が戻したやんか。
What the hell you wanted over there? Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
え？
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
あ、
he entered the
神様視点になってる。スタンリーの顔見ようぜ、顔。
Stanley? Hello? Are you
ちょっと見づらいね。
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
ジ・エンド。
You to walk through the door.
だから俺の操作がないとスタンリーは Thank you for playing the Stanley Parable.
Is everything all right?
え？
Stanley, this is
え？
important.
まだめっちゃエンディングあるよ、このゲー
I
ム。
need you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine.
どんな選択でもいい。どちらも正しいんです。ここでは間違うことはできない。
Whatever you do, I simply need you to take that step
それでも
forward,
動いてくれと。
please.
どちらに。ただ、俺がもう
Do something.
選択外にいるから、スタンリーは動くことができないんだね。
You can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
すごいね。こんな
You hear me?
エンディングの手法ってあるんだ
Are
ね。
you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You
黒い方がなんか
decide. Time to make
映画っぽいね。
sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to
時間かけていいんだ。
decide the right thing to do.
でも、多分そのスタンリーは動かないよ。
As much time as you need.
動くのかな？はい。ということで、ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。よければ次回もよろしくお願いいたします。